This is Team Tango here with a deck profile. And who do we have today?
Paul Stamper.
Alright, and what have you accomplished with this deck so far?
Yesterday at Columbus Regionals, we came 96th place with Cyber Dragons.
Alrighty.
Alright, let's get right into the deck. For a main deck, 3 Cyber Dragons. You have to play this. This is your main card of your deck. Level 5, so he makes sure Xyzes, and he can special summon himself if your opponent controls the card.
Monster.
Yep, monster. 3 core is your cyber spell trap searcher. He's really good. You normal him, and he's a machine duplication target, so that's always good. And then if your opponent controls a monster and you do not, you can banish him from the grave to summon any Cyber Dragon monster. 3 Cyber Dragon hurts. He's a good discard target for your soldier, and whenever he's special, he becomes level 5, so that can come up. The 1 Veer, he's just an extender. He boosts all your Cyber Dragons up by 500, and if you need to, you can make Seeger with him, so he's just a 1-of extender. For your supporting engines, 3 Galaxy Soldier. He's your level 5. You can discard any light monster, special him, and add, and it's really good to chain block him with hurt, so that way you're always going to make sure guaranteed to add this unless they have an interruption for it. 1 Yugioh, he's your kaiju. You can give him to your opponent. You can either swallow this one infinity or use it for a fortress play. Either way, and then some scenarios you can beat over him. Excuse me. 3 Ash, pretty self-explanatory. And then 2 Ogre. The Ogre can come up because she's a light, so you can discard her for Galaxy Soldier if you need to. Spells, 3 Emergency. It's your add card. Lets you add any Cyber Dragon monster or machine that cannot be normaled. And if the activation gets negated, you can discard a card to add it back. 3 Machine Duplication. This is a win button. I've baited out Ashes, or if you have the Called by the Grave, either way it's fine. If this resolves, most of the time you're going to win. 3 Called by the Grave. Since it's back at 3, we'll play it at 3. This is very reliant on adding cards and summoning monsters from the main deck, so stopping hand traps is essentially really good for you. So I played at 3. I do side one out on occasion. 2 Repair Plant. This is if you have a Cyber Dragon in your grave, you can add a machine from deck to hand or shuffle 1 card back, and if you have 3 or more, you can do both. 1 Rev System, it's Monster Reborn for Cyber Dragons, and it's searchable off your core, so it's really good. And also they cannot be destroyed by card effects when they're brought back by that. Cyber Load Fusion, since I like banishing cards in this deck, this is really good. Only that fusion summon monster can attack for the rest of the turn, but it's a quick play, so that is fine. You just attack with all your monsters, activate this, and then win most of the time. Overload. It's really good. You can use this to banish from grave or field to summon a dark fusion monster, and that gets your fodder for your cyber load. Foolish Burial, Monster Reborn. These are pretty much necessary. I mean, this one's not, but I like it as an extender to send your hurts, and it gets you another piece if you need it. 3 Evenly Matched. This card's a blowout. It won me so many games yesterday just because activating this and then like clearing a whole board against like a trap deck or anything you go up against is really good. Then 2 Overflow, because I want to banish cards from my cyber load, and this is non-targeting removal. And if it gets popped, you can add 1 cyber spell trap from deck to hand, so that can also come up. You can pop it with your own Rampage and get that effect. That'll do it for the main deck. Moving on to extra deck, Fusion Monsters. 2 Mega Fleet. This is really good if you're playing against anything that likes the extra link or put stuff in the extra monster zone. You can use the Cyber Dragon and that as a material, get rid of it, and get a free 2400 beater. 2 Rampage. I like Rampage a lot. He's really good because he can send a grave and then pop back row, and he gains that many additional attacks. You can send up to 2, so therefore he can swing twice. He's super good. The 1 Fortress. This is super good if you're running up against a mirror match, or if you just want to give your opponent your Kaiju. I mean, he can become really big in certain cases, so I like to play him as a one-of. One Twin. This card's really good. It comes up with Cyberload. You can essentially make this for extra 5,600 damage. It's really good. I like it. Exceedus, 2 Infinity. Infinity is really good. He's your negator, and then he can swallow attack position monsters to regain materials. Also gains 200 for each material. 2 Nova. Nova is really good sometimes. You just want to keep him on the field if you're going into battle phase sometimes. And then he can Monster Born Cyber Dragon. And the last Exceed is Pallades, and he has a quick effect, detach to bounce one monster on the field. Well, 1 card. Moving on to links, we play 1 Cleafort Genius. Genius is really good. You can come up in certain cases, whether or not you want to do a sorceress play or something, and then he has his own effects on top of that. Then 1 Seeger. Seeger is a quick effect. You can double himself or any machine on the field, and well, not double. He gains 2,100. That would be a little bit too broken, but in most case scenarios, it's pretty much like essentially doubling because your Cyber Dragon's 21, but they take no battle damage from him. 1 Sorceress and 1 Link Karibo. Moving on to the side deck for spells. Only spell I'm citing is 3 Twin Twisters. You need this for back row decks. It can come up a lot. That's really good. You discard a card and then pop 2 back row. Traps, 3 Rivalry, because really all you need is your machines, and if you're playing against something that plays a lot of different types, you can flip this and then essentially stops their turn. Then 2 Dimensional Barrier. This is for Thunder Dragons, or you can call any other type if you need it, depending on what you're running up against. And then for monsters, 3 Inspector Border. This card is super good. I sided this in a lot whenever they make me go first. You normal summon this, and against some decks it can stop their turn. Then 2 Ghost Spell. This card is really good. Essentially stops grave effects or anything that would banish or activates banished. Super good. Then 2 Droll. This just keeps them from adding, so we like it. And that's it for the deck.
Alright, do you have any shout-outs you like to do?
Shout outs to everybody at Heroes Haven. Mike, Evan, Joe, Tesso for supporting me. And then Tyler and Dakota on Team Tango. Thank you guys for always supporting me and helping me out. Other than that, that's about it.